ka I ke mai luna mai e. O nā mea huna no e au nā mele. I think of filmmaking as this extension of writing New Oli, of building off, of course, this lineage of Oli, this 1,000 years of storytelling and Oli and Mo'olelo and Mele. So it's not like we're starting from scratch, but we're able to bring a contemporary lens about what is happening to our islands today, because our aina and our vai is not what it was 100 years ago, or even 50 years ago, or even 10 years ago. Like, things are constantly changing. And within this hulihia, we have to continue to update the stories. Aloha mai kākou. My name is Tiare Ribeaux. I am a filmmaker and artist. I was born and raised in Honolulu, Hawaiʻi, between Kaimuki and Palolo Valley. I grew up with a single mom, but I felt like we had a wealth of, it felt like life was abundant because she never kind of made it seem like we were without, you know? But we were, yeah, in other people's eyes, we were struggling, you know? I was raised by my mom, my aunt, my grandma, and that was beautiful to be in kind of like that house of women growing up. A genre that I really like to create work in is magical realism. So I want to push beyond the boundaries of kind of the normal story. Even in documentary, there's ways to kind of expand beyond and to bring in the magic, because our stories here are very magical. Our stories here are very spiritual, just like innately. Growing up here, spirituality is embedded in so much of our lives, and mo'olelo about our different akua, our different elemental deities, was really woven into my day-to-day experience. I would just listen to the wind, sit by the river, and just be like, listening for messages. Like, that's just like a normal thing to just be like, I am sitting with different akua right now and asking for guidance. In 2011, I was in Egypt, and it just so happened that I was in Cairo right before Arab Spring. So I arrived in Cairo, I was staying with this family, and 2 days later, like, the city was on fire. It was the beginning of this hulihia for them, this transformation. And that was just a really exciting time to me. I happened to have my camera on me. It was just like a Canon DSLR. And I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go out to Tahrir Square and I'm gonna just capture this moment. And I did. And the family I was staying with was like, you're crazy, we can't let you go. Like you could get killed. And I was like, but I have to go. I remember waking up and being like, this is what I'm called to do, and just being really excited to be alive. What happened afterwards was unfortunate, but that movement at the time was this spark of hope. As a lahui in Hawaiʻi, in a similar way, I think the beauty of what I've seen recently in certain movements like Mauna Kea, like the return of Koho'olawe, the fires in Lahaina, these things, as horrific as they are, has brought us together as a community to really protect each other, protect aina, protect vai, and see what's most important, so we can live in abundance as we did, so we can thrive as a lahui. Ulukupu has a little bit of a history. It came from a collaborative workshop with Nene alum. The film culminated in the river Waiakeakua, which means water of the gods. And basically the three actors were just listening and responding to their shared experience within that river. And that became this really important synthesis point for all other films I've done in Hawaii since. When I found out about the Red Hill spills, I was still based part-time in the Bay Area. I was finishing my master's at Berkeley. And I just remember feeling like this deep pain, like this deep, like like piercing, like I don't even know how to describe it, but it was one of the most painful sensations I've felt in my body when I found out how badly our wāhine was poisoned. And so I felt, again, this kahea as a filmmaker to translate what was happening into a film, into a story. And to me, the most important story to tell was this more visceral story of what was happening, that experience of being poisoned, and to add a bit more softness and poeticism to it.
The chaos arranged it, and the body emerged.
So Po'ele Wai was really kind of a culmination of all of these things. It was a culmination of just being in community, of learning in community, bringing in mo'olelo of both the area and also lalo no'ea all the time in my work, i ka wā mamua, ka wā mahope. Sometimes we have to look to the past to move into the future. Looking into the future at these sites that are occupied by the military, in spaces we think we will never get back, like Pearl Harbor, I think majority of us are like, well, that's just gone. But I think it's important to start to imagine like ways that this land can be returned, and more in believing that's possible, you know? Sorry, just gonna pause. Like growing up, I didn't think it was possible. Like growing up, I didn't believe in sovereignty. Like I didn't. I thought, you know, like the movements I would see, the protests, I was just like, that's like a dream, you know? But in the past, 5 years and being home again, I just believe it is the only way that will heal, that it is the only and best way for Hawaiʻi to exist now and into the future. It's been interesting to look back at all of the films that I've made and to see that the connecting thread has been water. This focus on the health of our water and our connection to water, and how when we lose that pilina, everything falls apart. And so to heal is really to build pilina again and to remember the stories of these places. Knowing those mo'olelo will heal us, and that's really the core of these films. It is a really exciting time to be Kānaka and to watch these things be restored, be reclaimed, and for us to live in a place of abundance again. Like it is happening as we speak. Like yes, there is struggle every day, but also little by little, the water is being returned, more kalo is being grown, more of us are really stepping into our kuleana, which is what will lead the way to our independence.